Good hello everyone and welcome to today's video. About a month ago I actually asked you guys to give me some questions to answer for another Q&A video that I did, but I kind of just stockpiled a bunch more of them because I'm traveling right now. So if you're kind of confused about this being a question that you asked a long time ago, that's why. So let's go ahead and jump right into the questions. What was your favorite subject you learned in school? So I would say that my favorite subjects that I learned in school were different for high school and for college. I would say that my favorite subject in high school was probably English, and I think that was probably because I really loved my teacher. And then in college, I think that my favorite subject would probably be linguistics. If Hogwarts existed, which it does, which house do you think you'd be in, and what animal would your patronus be? So this is a tough one because I kind of think that I am a Ravenclaw, but at the same time, I kind of think I'm a Gryffindor. The reason that I think that I'm more of a Gryffindor than a Ravenclaw is because I really care about my friends. I really take care of the people that are close to me. I would do anything for them, but I'm kind of a proud person, and I think that that sort of applies more to me than the whole pursuit of wisdom, because that's why I think I tie into Ravenclaw, is that I like self-educating and I really enjoy learning things. But I think I'm more Gryffindor because I'd probably sooner like run and jump off a bridge into a giant lake than sit down and read a book. And if I were to have a Patronus charm, if I could even conjure one, which I doubt I'd be a, stout enough wizard to do so, but if I could conjure a Patronus charm, it would probably be some kind of bird. I'm not really sure what kind of bird. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that one a little bit more. Come back to that later. I know it'd be a bird, but I don't know what kind of bird just yet. We'll get there. 5 most used emojis. Let me check in my phone. Those are my 5 most used emojis right there. Those top ones. I got the kissy face, the heart, the crying laughing face, the crying face, and the thumbs up. The ultimate question. Ice cream or Froyo? This is super easy for me, guys. I freaking do not like Froyo. I mean, it's fine. It's kind of basically exactly the same thing, but for me it's just kind of like something that might be slightly less sweet and healthier, kind of pretending to be something awesome. For me, it's like if I'm gonna go hard and eat dessert, I'm gonna go hard and eat dessert. I'm gonna eat ice cream with syrup on it, cookie dough, cake batter, sprinkles, all of it. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right. So yeah, ice cream, definitely. Your first kiss? My kind of real, first makeout, I can't believe I'm saying this right now, was when I was 14, actually. I did not really date anybody in middle school. I never really made out with anybody when I was younger than that. So my first real kiss was when I was a freshman in high school. And that was like my first real boyfriend. How do you stay so classy when dealing with negativity on YouTube? So the first part of that is sometimes I don't. Sometimes I say something a little snarky to people just because I think it's a little bit funny. Sometimes I like to sort of poke and prod people the way they poke and prod me. And I'm not really trying to be malicious, it's just kind of like a joke. If you make yourself an easy target, that's what's gonna happen. People are gonna come to you. So that's why I try really hard to remember when someone says something really ugly to me. Number one, it's probably something that they don't like about themselves, or there's something that they see in you that they don't like in themselves and they're just kind of like projecting onto you. The second thing I try to remember is that that person probably doesn't really understand the weight of what they're saying. They don't realize that it's personal to you, or they don't know what it would feel like if someone said that to them. Or maybe they've had that said to them and they're just trying to inflict the kind of pain that they feel onto somebody else so that they're not alone. Sometimes people just want to be dicks and stir shit up. It's really kind of nonsensical trolling. So I just try to keep in mind that the most important thing to focus on is how many people support me and how many awesome people there are in this community that want to be a part of the positivity and the good things that this community offers. So one little trick that I do also when I'm dealing with someone who's saying something really super hurtful or really personal to me that's really insulting, I will hit the reply button, type out all of the angry stuff that I feel immediately upon reading the comment. I will read the whole thing again, realize that I would never say that in person to someone, so why the hell would I say it online, and then I delete it. Okay, that was a lot. Next question. What is your worst job experience? My worst job experience was probably when I was 15 years old. I was hostessing at a restaurant. A friend got me the job there, and It seemed a little weird. It was kind of an old, small restaurant, but I was like, whatever, this is cool. They seem like they need help, so I'll help them out. I had been a babysitter and I had had other people who were my bosses technically, but this was someone who was gonna regularly pay me, with whom I had to have a good relationship and so on and so forth. So I was a little nervous about it, and I didn't really ask too many questions, which was a really big mistake, because what ended up happening was, apart from the fact that I was like sexually harassed on a regular basis at the restaurant by other employees, the restaurant shut down and they never paid me after I worked there for like 3 solid months. And the kind of hilarious karmic wrap up to that whole story is that one day I was at a friend's house and we ordered some pizza, and the guy that hired me and never paid me delivered pizza to the house that day. And he recognized me and I just didn't say anything at all about it. I'm not saying anything bad about being a delivery driver. That is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's funny to me that that guy who was all high and mighty, who's just totally stiffed me, was now getting stiffed by people all the time. If you could learn one random skill, what would you learn? There are many things that I wish that I could do, but truthfully, one thing that I think would be super useful, and a thing that I have already wished that I knew how to do, is sew. I wish that I were a talented seamstress. I wish that I knew how to really repair clothes. I can do kind of a bang up job of it and just get it done quickly if there's a tear in something, but I really want to learn how to sew. I would love to make my own clothes. As a kid, what did you want to do when you grew up? When I was like 5 or 6 years old, I was set on 3 career choices. I was going to be a cheerleader, a ballerina, and a gymnast. Never tried cheerleading, did gymnastics and wasn't very good and got super scared, so I quit. And I stuck with ballerina for a little while, but then when I was 17, I kind of realized that I wasn't good enough to make it as a professional, so I sort of dropped that. So in my teen years, I was kind of excited about space and I wanted to be an astronaut, but I'm not smart enough to be an astronaut, so probably also not physically fortified enough to be an astronaut. But yeah, those were kind of my childhood life goals and career paths that I wish I would have had, but now I'm doing this, which is pretty badass. What was your favorite Halloween costume growing up? So my great grandmother one time gave me it was basically like a princess costume, but she told me that it was modeled after my favorite character from Wizard of Oz when I was younger, which is Glinda the Good Witch. And it was a beautiful pink satin bodice with big puffy tulle sleeves and a big puffy tulle skirt. She gave me a little tiara and a wand, and I had all this clip-on jewelry and these fancy little plastic clicky high heels. That was my absolute favorite Halloween costume, and my mom even put a little bit of makeup on me when I went trick-or-treating. I felt like $1,000,000. It was my favorite costume. I wore it for years, all around the house. When it wasn't Halloween, I would play dress up in that thing every single day. It was my absolute favorite costume. Where's the one place you would love to travel that you haven't been to yet? The answer is a couple of places, but really one that I want to go to that I'm a little afraid of is Antarctica. That's a really tough journey, and that's something that requires a lot of planning, a lot of gear, and just really a lot of mental stability. So that's kind of a trip that I want to go on maybe in my later 20s, but I'm trying to hit 7 continents before I'm 30. So that's on the list, and it's a big one, but I'm gonna do it someday. Adam asks, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Thank you, Adam. God bless you. Cashley asks, kill, marry, Ronald McDonald, the Hamburglar, and Grimace. Go. Honestly, I'd keep it in that order. Kill Ronald McDonald, because clowns. Oh, creepy. No thank you. The Hamburglar, because I kind of feel like there'd be some weird food fetish in there. I can't believe I'm talking about this. I don't have a food and sex fetish, but I feel like, you know, I could explore my options. Hamburglar, we could get a little down and dirty. Don't ever bring this up again. And probably marry Grimace. He just seems like he has a soft side. He seems like he would be really sweet. Like he would probably bring me some kind of breakfast dish in the morning. So that's yeah. That's the most random shit I've ever been asked. Alright guys, so that is it for today's Q&A. Thank you so much for your questions. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe and we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!